What is up? What is up, my friends, family? God, I missed you guys. God, I miss coming up on here. God, I miss talking to everybody. Man, how I miss you guys. What up, Big John? Good to see you're in here. I miss you, buddy. I want to see your big old face. I'm putting the link down here in the description now, or in the comment section, so you guys can jump on. Let me see if I can get this on here. Good evening to everybody. Glad you guys are jumping on. Uh, Before I put the link in here, I just want to go over a couple of things and talk what's on my mind, what I believe is going to happen, what I think should happen. So, without further ado, I think we are not in a terrible position, but we're not in a good position. I think that um, we can still possibly make the playoffs, or at least be able to come out with at least 10 wins, just like last year, where we don't regress any. Um, I think Tua being hurt these first couple of games kind of hurt us a lot, being the fact that I think that we could have won at least two of them. Maybe not gone 5 or 4 or whatever, but definitely we could have at least scored some more points. And at least one, maybe two. I mean, do you guys agree or do you not agree? Um, I think that the rest of the season um, can definitely be a positive thing. We don't have a lot of hard games coming up, but then again, that doesn't necessarily mean they won't turn into hard games. It's really early in the season still. We still don't know what other teams are going to be like. But if Tua comes out and he plays the way the whole wish that he can play, um, we should have no problem getting into the playoffs. There's 3 tough games um, that are coming up, and if we can at least pull one of those out, I think we have a good chance. Um, However, I think that we can possibly take 2 of them. But without further ado, um, let me post that link in here so y'all can jump on and we can get to talking. Now, mind you, this is all going to be positivity. I feel like ever since we've been on this losing streak, everybody's been down and out, not happy, everybody's all sad and this and that. Well, you know what? I'm here to say, snap out of it. Snap out of it. Tua's coming back. We're going to do good. We're going to make the playoffs. Speak it into truth. Speak it into truth. If we say it and we believe it, it's going to happen. All right? It's going to happen. The link is in the comment. Jump on here. First caller. Caller number 1. Cap, what it do, baby? What it do?
Hey, my brother. I'm over here walking,
What's
man,
happening?
getting some cardio in here, man. Missed you, my brother. How you been, man? You
Yeah.
okay? Everything straight?
Yeah, man, I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. Matter of fact, I just got out of the hospital. Look at this. Just got out of the hospital. Bro, I've been in the hospital since
What the
Monday,
hell?
bro. Yeah, bro.
What the
Stomach
hell?
issues. Tell me about it. I don't know, bro. Stomach
Jesus.
issues. Caller number 2,
I'm
Big
telling you,
John.
man.
What's up?
PJ,
¿Qué
Big
pasó?
John. Hey, there we go. There we go. What's
dímelo.
up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Miss y'all fools, man. I
Oye,
miss y'all
oye,
fools.
pizza que es mío.
Yeah, I guess
Uh-oh.
so, bro.
I think Pete fell
Uh-oh.
asleep,
Yeah, I
Get
man.
you
forgot
out
to
of here,
send
bro.
out the bat signal. I didn't send out the bat signal too much.
No. You got to put the Deshaun Watson signal. He would have jumped on immediately.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways, guys, listen. I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to go live and I wanted to talk because I feel like everything has been very negative. And I think that
Yeah, man.
this should definitely be something positive that we can be talking about. I mean, I know that things didn't look up the way that they should have. I called this from the get go. That was trash from the get go. I don't even know why we paid for him. That's another flow error that he needs to fix. Mind you, he did have a couple of good drives this last game. Very surprising, but he missed a lot of wide open stuff. Not audibly being right, not seeing things properly. I mean, the guy's just trash. But forget about Brissett. He's out of here. I'm glad we don't have to deal with that no more. Tua's coming back, baby. With broken ribs, he's going to put up some points, and he's going to make a statement on why he is QB1 in game. Give me an amen.
Amen, bro. Positive.
Amen.
Positive.
There we go. There we go. Now I was going to say, y'all going to leave me hanging like that?
Never.
Leave me hanging?
Never.
Anyways, guys, if you're just coming in here, make sure you hit the like button to get it out there. If you hit that like button, a lot of people don't get notifications. They don't go and see it. It's very easy. Come off of the comments, hit the like button, come back on. All right? Very, very simple. Very, very simple. John, actually, let's go with Cap because you were on here first, Cap. Cap, what do you think is going to happen with this Jags game?
Whew, man. I would like to see for the defense that we've been expecting this whole offseason to be that defense. I mean, you know, like John said a couple of weeks ago, man, we got two highest paid corners, and they're not acting like the two highest paid corners right now, you know, barring injury from Byron. But still, it's like we got to take advantage of this, man. You know what I mean? It's a situation right now where it's a dire must win. And it comes in the hands of a Jaguar team that I think they have like a 20-game losing streak. So I don't know, man. I just feel like, you know, if there's any time for the defense to show up, it's this game, you know?
Bro, they're going to get the number 1 overall pick again.
What were we supposed to be? What were we supposed to be positive a second ago?
Yeah.
John, tell me, bro, what's up? What do you think is gonna happen with this Jaguars game, bro?
Like, let me say one thing before I say anything. Check this out, man.
Hey, John, you're a little, bro. Maybe you gotta wipe off your camera. I want to see your pretty face, bro.
Oh, I don't know, bro. I'm sorry.
They're like a floating head, like me. Both floating heads.
Hey, so tell me, what do you think about this Jaguars game, bro?
Like, this is the reason why I was laughing. Everybody talking about, oh, we need to get this done now so we can win. Like, we have a window in our defense and the corners, and I'm like, what fucking window, bro? It's like an explosive cave. We can't stop anybody. You know? So this whole thing about trading, I told you guys, Deshaun Watson wasn't going to stop this.
No.
Deshaun Watson can score 40 points, and we'll give him 43.
No, I
Damn.
agree. I agree.
I hope the defense comes to play this week, but, you know, for that to work, that means Jerome Baker would actually have to find his mama, you know?
Yeah, that experiment needs to stop, man.
I think that I'm done with X. He came out, he got hurt, then he had a good season, then he wanted money. You got your, and now you're playing shitty again. I mean, I'm really done with X. I'm really done. I mean,
he's injured. He's playing injured right now. Just so you know.
Bro, injure, no injure, it doesn't matter, bro. The guy's been a liability since day one. Is he does he get you interceptions? Sure. Yes. He's a good corner. But he's been getting burnt, bro, by everybody.
Yeah, it's like Omar Kelly.
It all started in the preseason against the Falcons.
Omar Kelly broke it down, and I didn't really think about it. Hold on, man. There's a freaking plane flying by. Yeah, he was talking about how X gets exposed off of these slant patterns, and it's 100% accurate, man. Like, yeah, you can throw the deep ball, and he can contest with that. But if you get him on a one-on-one on a slap pattern, he's gonna get toasted, and it's been proven,
No,
man. That worries me a
it's
lot.
but he gets toasted not because he can't cover the slant, but because he likes to lay back, let you throw it, and try to pick it. So the problem is he doesn't get there in time, and it doesn't
Exactly.
work.
Yup.
Exactly.
Even though he did pick off the slant that they threw at him when Buffalo was throwing, Buffalo could have scored more if it wasn't for X. So
I agree. I agree.
I
I
just
feel
think
like
that I I think to be honest, it's week what 6?
yeah,
Week 6,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's week 6, and for our defense, it must feel like week 13 because
Mm-hmm.
they've been on the field. They've been on the field, bro. Wow, bro.
No,
More
the
than Kim
amount.
Kardashian. They've been on the field more than Kim Kardashian on her back. It's been a long time.
Damn.
It really has. It's been a while.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. Bro, it's like you can't expect the defense to do so much when there's 60 minutes in a game, and for 52 minutes of that game it's nothing but the defense on the field. I mean, you can't expect the defense to do so much when they're on the field for that amount of time.
I think what do
I
we
think
average
that
like 30? What do we average like 36, 37 minutes on defense per game?
bro, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's
At
crazy, bro.
least. At
It's
least.
crazy. Um, I think that once Tua comes back, that'll change. I think that's what made the Dolphins defense so good last year, was the fact that Tua knows how to play with the clock. Um, he gets you those first downs. Um, I don't know too much about him being able to extend the play like we were all hoping that he can. Getting out of the pocket, getting those extra couple of seconds to allow your receivers this and that. I don't think he's shown that yet, but he's definitely shown the fact of him keeping his eyes downfield and stepping into the pocket to avoid the pressure from the edge rushers. I've seen that from him, and he does that very, very well. I think having, who was it? Davis is now at guard,
Yeah, we're gonna see that
right?
musical lineman project, see how that works.
I think
Hopefully it does work.
Davis now. I think having Davis now at guard, in front of Tua, is gonna be something good. I think it's gonna be something very, very good. I think our biggest concern right now for the offensive line is having that
What do you mean? What do you
right
mean,
tackle.
David's at guard?
Right? Didn't they move
Yeah,
Davis to
they
guard?
flipped the tackles, yeah. They flipped the tackles. They put Eichenberg at left. They put Austin at right, I believe. And
Right. I think
yeah, I don't
Jesse
know about
Davis
Solomon
moved into
anymore,
guard.
man. Solomon for me was solid, but I don't know what the hell's
Wait,
going on.
wait. In the Tampa Bay, are you guys talking about the Tampa Bay game or something you guys heard today?
No, 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 no. In Tampa Bay game.
In the Tampa Bay game, Jesse Davis played right tackle. Left tackle was
Who
Eichenberg,
played?
and
Who played guard? Oh,
Austin
Jackson. That's right.
Jackson. Yeah,
That's right. Jackson.
you had me confused. I'm
No,
like, what?
sorry.
Wait,
Yeah,
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 now
yeah.
they
No,
moved
sorry.
Jackson, I think, to
I
right
got 'em
now.
mixed. Yeah, I got 'em mixed.
what do you mean they
Um,
moved Austin Jackson to right? Right what? Right guard?
Right tackle. They
What are
put
you kidding
Eichenberg
me?
at left now. No, for real. They keep moving the
no,
linemen around.
I gotta look this
Where
up.
did you? When did you hear that?
Last week. Not last week, but like around Monday or Tuesday.
I don't know. The last thing I heard was we had you had Eichenberg at left tackle. You had Austin Jackson at left guard. I think you're gonna see that guy Reader take over the center spot.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
no doubt.
what I would do if it was me is I would put Jesse Davis at right guard and put Robert Hunt at right tackle. That's what I would
I would have
Yeah.
put
do.
Hunt
But
as tackle also, instead of keeping him at guard.
that's what I'm
Didn't he
saying.
play tackle most of his college career anyways?
He played tackle most of
Guard.
last year. But the thing is, bro, Jesse Davis is slower than a lady with arthritis coming out of that kick slide, dude. And uh, there's no way in hell. It's like you're trying to cover Jalen Waddle. He's running 4-1 and you're running 6-2. It's just not going to work, you know.
Let me ask you guys this: do you think that they're going to experiment with Waddle too now? We got to this point where they're just going to keep him in motion and stop putting him out on the edge, or they're still going to put him out on the edge? Has he earned that respect?
I
I don't think.
think that they should keep him in motion.
I think they should keep him in
Look here,
motion.
Miami moved Liam Eichenberg to left tackle and Austin Jackson to left guard.
Hmm.
That's what they did. And then they did the right side of the line is more important. Jesse Davis is still playing right tackle with Robert Hunt at guard. I think that should be swapped.
That's the official lineup.
That's what they played last week. That's how they played it last
Yeah.
week. So they had,
Yeah, I heard on Monday or Tuesday that
left
they were going to
tackle.
move Austin Jackson to right guard. I mean, to right tackle.
No. They took Jackson off of tackle and put him at guard. So they
No, I know, but from what I heard,
they moved Liam Eichenberg to tackle and Austin Jackson to left guard. And then on the right side, you had Jesse Davis playing right tackle and Robert Hunt at right guard.
vamos a ver. See, hopefully that works and they stick with that.
Listen, bro, if you put Austin Jackson at right tackle, what you're going to do is permanently fracture two of his ribs for the rest of his career, bro. You can't do that. I know, I'm only saying because of what I'm saying.
Who's playing right tackle, though?
Huh?
Who's playing right tackle right now?
Jesse Davis. They need to switch that. Put Jesse
Isn't
Davis.
Isn't that the same guy who whiffed on that position when Tua got killed?
Yeah, but even though he whiffed, bro, I still trust Jesse Davis more than I do Austin Jackson, bro. It's crazy to even say that. It's not good, bro. It's like you can either bone a granny who's 81 or a granny who's 82. It doesn't matter, bro. It's all either way, bro. It doesn't work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if Tua's coming back, that doesn't really make him feel comfortable. I mean, I don't know, man. At this point, it is what the coaching staff says, but that's crazy.
That's exactly why I said you have to grab Robert Hunt, put him at right tackle, get Jesse Davis, put him at right guard, get Reader in there, okay, and let Reader. Or you know what? If you really want to get technical, you can get Greg Mance, who's played guard, and put him in place of Jesse Davis, and you could actually go from left to right. You could actually go Eichenberg, Jackson, Reader, Mance, and Hunt.
It's funny, man, because I mean, is it Greg Little? We haven't even mentioned him, and that's another whiff on the O-line free agency for Greer.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's gonna get close. It's getting close to a whiff, and then a swift kick in the ass. It's getting really bad pretty quick, bro.
So check this out. Here's our cornerback duel that supposedly was the best cornerback duo in the league last year, right? Jones is allowing 113 passer rating and Howard 111 compared to last year 48. How you like those apples? How you like those stats?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That is nuts.
Positive, man. Positive.
That is
oh
nuts.
God.
Nah, bro. Listen. The reality is this. Tua's coming back, and he gives us a much better chance of winning than Brissett does. That's facts. We can all agree there. So just the fact that he's coming back, and hopefully this whole rib thing doesn't hurt him. Now, what I see that's going to be a demise to this is the 20 years are going to come out, oh, well, he's not 100%. You know, he has the rib injury and all this bull snap. Well, you know what? Let's be honest here. We got to be honest. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's either
That's
got
not
it and
even
he's gonna play, or
that
he isn't.
that's
What
not
matter?
even what that's not what makes me what I expect to happen. What I honestly expect to happen is Tua's going to go out. I expect Tua to throw like 3 touchdowns, 250 or 260 yards. The Dolphins win, and they're going to say, "Oh, but Tua played good, but it was against the Jaguars."
How you
They
doing?
never give Tua credit, you know.
Yep, I
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, if you see Gaskins run for like a buck 20 or the running game start to pick up, that's also going to be a narrative. Also, that that'll be a good narrative that the running game finally picked it up. But I mean, it's like a lose lose. It's like this kid doesn't deserve all that, man. You know what I mean? Like Nick Hicks coming out and trashing Flores. It doesn't make
Hey,
Tua look good, even though if
hey,
Tua didn't say anything about it.
Hmm.
it's here's what I like about Nick Hicks, and everybody can sit there and do what you want, bro. All right? The guy keeps it real. Whether you like Tua, whether you like Tua, you don't like Tua, you think that he's talking trash. There's a lot of things that people don't know about that are behind the scenes. Okay, I'm telling you guys behind the scenes, and he's keeping it real. He's not sugarcoating anything. The problem is he when it comes out, the Dolphin Nation will explode. But it is what it
Yeah,
is because they're gonna see who Brian Flores really is. You know, under the surface.
I think that we should give him a little more respect than what we have been doing. Just because he's had a few of these games that have been bad, I don't think that called for like, oh, he should be fired, this, that, or
I
whatever.
don't.
You have to
My
think.
issue with Flores. My issue with Flores has never been me not respecting his ability to even call a game. My biggest pet peeve with Flores is, bro, are you serious? Like, do you not see what we see that your the talent you pick, certain players that you let go, like it just doesn't work. Like, how does Jermaine or Luminor get out of here? How many times, Cap, did I sit there and say, "Yo, anybody heard about Jermaine and Luminor?" Everybody's like, "No."
Bro, I
I
said it
remember one time on Larry's
over and
channel, somebody
over
goes
and
to me,
over
"Who's that?"
again.
Somebody goes to me, "Who's Jermaine and Luminor?" Exactly my point. I know who he is. He's good.
Over and
Where
over and
is he?
over again.
well, no, you know what? I got a better one for you. I just heard the other day. What is it that Charles Harris has a sack in each of the 5 games for the Lions so far and leading sacks. So it's like, what the hell? And then Flowers is up in Washington, holding his own over there, and it's like, what the
Yep.
hell?
Yep.
So it
And you
is
know
what
what
it
that
is,
comes
man.
down to? You know what
It's
that
not.
comes down to? It's not
It's
that
not true.
the guys are bad. What it comes down to is that now those guys are playing with veterans and not other rookies.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? So they're learning
That could be it
and
too.
playing better. It's not the
That
whole
could be it
offensive
too.
line is learning altogether. No,
You know
now
what the
you
funny
have
one
a
is?
rookie playing with two vets.
There you go. Skippy is doing fantastic right now.
Who?
Matt Skura, Matt Skura. I call him Skippy because he can't snap.
Yeah,
uh,
man. It is what it is, man. But as far as Flores, I've been the advocate of him, putting this defense together that we all love, and it's worked out in our benefit last season, the season before that as well.
hmm
The drop off this season is, like I said, it is what it is. But if there's anything that Flores can fix is the defense. But if we start to worry about the front four of the defense not stopping the run on Jacksonville, then he really needs to look in the mirror, man, and figure out what the hell he did wrong. Because Raekwon Davis is not the whole end all be all. We got 3 other guys on
Yeah,
that line too. And Christian Wilkins, I mean, that guy needs to start stepping up more, man. Because every time I see
I
Zach
agree.
Sealer and freaking John Jenkins doing more than him, it starts to question me as well as another first round bust.
Let me tell you something. I really
I
do.
love Sealer.
I like Zeeler. He's been playing his ass off. I
Well,
like
man.
Zeeler. But anyways, I came across this. Article here. 5 keys for the Dolphins to beat the Jaguars. Let's go through this here and let's see what we think. Number one, the Dolphins have struggled against the run to this point. Josh Boyer's defense has allowed 133.6 yards per game on the ground, ninth
Damn.
most in the NFL. Robinson can take advantage of that. Is averaging a staggering 5.8 yards per carry and has 4 touchdowns on the season. Miami's defense also struggles to stop running backs in the passing game. We saw that last week when even Leonard Fournette was juking Jerome Baker out of his. That right. Somebody that we paid a whole lot of money to for nothing.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
if
my
if
God. So,
if the
number
Jags
one, we
play
need to-
Carlos Hyde, if Urban Meyer just starts to be another, Ohio State love fest and starts playing Carlos Hyde again, we got this game, bro. Because that for me, Jacksonville, I don't know what the hell they're doing, deciding to play that guy on crucial situations and taking out Robinson. But keep doing it, bro. Keep doing it.
Hey,
Well,
we
I
can't
saw
stop
this
the
right
run
now.
regardless of who's back there.
I just saw this right now. Miles Jack is out for the Dolphin
Yeah.
game.
I just saw that, yeah. Gasecki has to take advantage of that, man. That's their best
Wow.
linebacker.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Why, if our defense is playing so horribly, okay? If our defense is playing so damn horrible, why doesn't Brian Flores take over play calling for the defense and see what the hell happens?
That's
Why do you have to?
that's
Why do you have to continue to let Boyer make the same mistake when you already did it for the offense last week? You let a drive. The drive where we scored 17 points, that Gaskins scored a touchdown. The person who was calling the offensive plays was Brian Flores.
Yeah.
So if you already did it for the offense, you might as well just do it for the defense and see if we get back. I want to know where the fuck the Amoeba defense went.
that.
You know-
Hey,
you know
is
where it
that
went?
true?
You know where it went? It went as soon as they started playing off man. That's
No,
where
it
it went.
went-
Now they're
it
giving
went-
10 yards cushion instead of jamming them up right at the line, and that's why we don't have that man defense
me,
no more.
To me, it
That's
went
soft
the
zone,
moment.
bro.
To me, it went the moment that they have tried to go with organic pressure, mainly going at the quarterback with
Dropping
four
7, yeah.
and
Yeah.
dropping 7, and that just doesn't work.
No.
You're not
We
using
don't
you're not
have the
using
defense for
Jerome
that.
you're not using Jerome Baker the way he's supposed to be used. He's
Yeah.
an off ball blitzer. You're not blitzing him as often as you were last year. Um, by not coming with the Amoeba defense, you make it easier, believe it or not, because X and Byron Jones, they used to have that split second because your quarterback is trying to figure out where the hell it's coming from, and they used to jam you at the line, and by the time you threw the ball, you were sacked. It was 3 seconds, and you were done. So I don't know, man. I don't.
Yeah, that's a
And I
head
think
scratcher for me, man. I mean, if they
no,
have
you know what it is
if Baker's
too.
like
I'm
his
gonna tell you.
pet, I don't
I'm
understand
gonna
that.
tell you.
If Baker's his pet, why did they have him drop him back so many times compared to last season? I mean, that's where he flourished. Like they stopped doing that, and he got Tom Brady the first time doing that, what he did last season, and they just stopped doing that. Keep dropping him back out. Now I don't understand that.
Look, I'm gonna say something a lot of people don't say. They don't like to. It's a very small thing compared to other changes that were made. But I think we're beginning to realize that even though everybody here loves Javon Holland, we are missing Bobby McCain on the defense,
Let me tell you
putting
something.
putting them where they need to be. I'm not talking about his skill set. I'm talking about him putting the defense where they need to be. He was the orchestrator of the defense and put them in the right position. And I think we're missing that this year. Okay?
I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. But I think that Javon Holland is much better than Bobby McCain. I think he's much better than Bobby McCain. I think the biggest problem with our defense is the fact that we're not giving the receivers or we're giving the receivers too much cushion. We need to be jamming them up at the line. That extra second and a half of that jam is what gives our defense the appropriate amount of time to be able to get to the quarterback. If you're giving them 10 yards, there's no point in rushing like that then. If you're going to give them
I
10 yards,
just
all you
want
have
to.
to do is snap the ball and throw it.
Yeah,
I'm just
there's
trying to
been too many
figure out.
times, man.
I'm just trying to figure out why they keep doing that because last year all they did was press man and they would jam you at the line.
Jam you at the
Most
line,
of
and look what it did.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
been
want
too
to.
many times, bro. I don't know, man. There's been 2 or 3 times where I've seen Roberts out in coverage too. In that Tampa Bay game, he was like a freaking safety also. So it's like you
Bro,
got
it's
him
nuts.
going out there, you got Baker going out there. Who the hell's going to cover the middle? You know
No,
what I
no,
mean?
no,
It's
no,
like
no.
what you said, man. If you're gonna play press, like you said, in my opinion, yeah, you can play press, but you got to keep Baker blitzing if you're gonna do that. And it's like
Absolutely.
John said, you got all 7 guys in the backfield. It's like, of course they're gonna have to pick their pockets and just go at the targets they want. And then have the middle wide
Of
open.
course. Of course. Of course. Of course. No, 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 no,
The
no, no. You
touchdown,
could
the
bring.
touchdown Jerome Baker gave away last week was it was literally. I don't want to say pathetic, but it was a pretty bad effort, man.
You
It really was. Like it was like stealing. That's how bad it was.
another
So
thing
and
too.
and
Another
then
thing too. Our tackling has to get better. The fact that we touched them another 5 yards on top is just nuts. It's just absolutely crazy. How do you go and tackle somebody and they still take you for another 5 yards on top? That makes no sense to me. Our tackling
well, it.
has to get better.
I mean, it's part of it isn't even that. Like, it's crazy to see that. For example, Jerome Baker, right? You look at Jerome Baker, and he's like the contradiction of contradictions in the Dolphin community, right? You either love Jerome Baker or you hate everything about Jerome Baker, right? Why is that? Because he is a stat stuffer, but
Hmm.
his they're false stats, okay? Like they're full of fluff in a way. It's like, okay, yeah, okay, you lead the team in tackles. Okay, but give me context. How many of those tackles are after the guy runs 7 yards? How
Two.
many tackles are
90% of them.
after how many tackles, are after the running back, runs through the line for 4 or 5 yards? How many tackles do you actually get behind the line of scrimmage? How many times do you actually read the hole and hit the guy you're supposed to hit and disrupt the play? I'm not saying he doesn't do it. I just don't think he does it as much as he should. So that's my issue, and I've said it over and over and over and over and over and over. Jerome Baker is not a three down linebacker, and I would not have given him that amount of money. I had people giving me pushback during the offseason, and I'm like, don't not give Jerome Baker that kind of money. Look, you're better off. You're better. Look, you get better production by giving the kind of money you gave to Jerome Baker to Mike Gesicki than you do giving it to Jerome Baker. If I had to pick one of the two, I'm picking Mike Gesicki. Okay, and that's bad because we all know I like Mike Gesicki, but we're going to use the Jakeem Grant comparison. I'm sorry, Mike, but you can't block, bro. You can't. My daughter could run around the corner on Gasecki and get a sack when she's two.
Damn.
It's not good, bro. It's not. Hey, you gotta see how Dolphin lore works, huh? Jakeem Grant, first game with the Chicago Bears, gets a punt and runs it back for a touchdown.
I don't say that, bro. Oh God.
It happened.
It happened. It did. Facts. Facts. I think another thing that'll help us out too, at least on offense, would be using Gaskin more in uh, a receiver type instead of a run. We need to focus more on the run game. Gaskin has been doing very well. I think he's averaging like 5 yards a carry or something like that. But I think that having Gaskin being able to run out on like those quick little outs drives the linebackers crazy to where it opens up for Jalen Waddle. That'll open up plays for Jalen Waddle.
Like a
And you
scat
can
back.
see it in film, left and right,
In the
too.
scat back, yeah.
Left and right.
And
I
it's
think
like
what we
Nuts.
should
they
do.
were doing that in training camp. They did all that in training camp, and it's to me, it's like everything that they did in training camp, they're not even showing it. They're not even showing half of the playbook
They
they did in
haven't done
training
it yet.
camp during the regular season.
They haven't done anything like that.
Yep.
Nothing.
As a matter of fact, me and Cat was here in my crib watching the game, and we saw when they handed Waddle the end around, and they
Right.
actually gave the ball to Waddle. That's the only
That
time
was the
they've
only
given the
time.
ball to Waddle
That's
this whole
the only
season. It was the
time.
preseason.
Yep.
Do you
Yeah,
guys think?
I think
Do
they
you guys
should.
that's
think
what I'm
that?
saying.
Do you think at the
He
end of the
got
day
9
that
yards on that preseason.
you think that we're
All right, Cap.
guilty of like all the panels that we have down here in Miami because we're the most renowned team with so many YouTubers out there right now? Because on YouTube you don't see a lot of the opposition having these type of channels like we do. Do you think that we're guilty of giving away our game plan to opposing people that are watching out there and they just
No.
pick it up? Or why is it that they're not doing nothing whatsoever that what we saw?
No, let me explain something to you. You remember a receiver called Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson?
Yes.
He used to go
Got a
on
twin
the
brother.
field. Yeah, he used to go on the field and tell
Are you?
the corner, I'm running this play, and still put the ball in his face. Regardless of what it is, you still have to execute it. Regardless if we're saying, hey, yeah, they're going to run this play, execute it.
Yeah, it's like, look, I'm watching right now the Philly game and Tampa Bay game, and these guys are throwing the ball, Philly, all over Tampa Bay, regardless of who the hell their defense is. They're not afraid to throw the ball, and they're getting the pass interference calls. You know, it's like you get Mac Hollins out there. Every time you decide to throw the Mac Hollins, you get that call, but with everybody else, you don't have the balls to throw that type of play. I mean, we got to throw more than, 20-yard slants and freaking, we can't be afraid to throw the ball, man, and we can't know what's going to happen if we don't take that risk. You know what I mean? It's just,
Definitely.
I don't know, man.
Look,
I don't
man.
know anymore.
Let me.
Zen
Let me-
Red said he is a weapon. 88 woke up and the position 88, so a linebacker got to cover him. White boy got ups, feed him the ball. 88 is a perennial Pro Bowler with a coach that has vision. Alley-oop. I agree 100%, and I think Tua and Gesicki have better connection than Brissett will ever have.
Well, I mean, the stats and the gameplay has showed the opposite. I mean, Tua doesn't, for some reason, like to throw to Gesicki, but at this point, you got to force feed 88, man. I mean, that's another thing too.
It's
I
not-
mean, it's just weird, man.
It's not that Tua doesn't like to feed 88. It's just Tua doesn't miss, I'm not gonna say he doesn't miss. Tua sees the open man, and if the open man happens to be a receiver before he gets open because he doesn't get separation, the other player gets the ball. That's what the problem is when it's Tua. Gesicki, you have to wait for him to get open, and he doesn't always get good separation. Okay, his route running leaves some. I'm not gonna say a ton, but I'm not gonna say a little either. He leaves some to be
Gesicki's route
decided.
running is trash.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm trying to keep him, man. So you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, that's the problem. It's not that Tua doesn't throw it to him. It's just the problem is that these other guys, like I don't know if you guys probably, I don't really watch much film breakdown lately, but if you watch DDW's, Dougie's
film breakdown. And it's not even that it's whether it's all 22 or whether it's the God view or any other particular view. There's a play. You watch Waddle. He's got Richard Sherman, and within 2.5 seconds, he stacked Richard Sherman. He's already on top of him. Brissett pump fakes, and if he throws the ball to Waddle, either Waddle scores or he gets a 40-yard wide open catch. He didn't throw it to Waddle. He threw it to Gesicki, who covered. That wouldn't happen with Tua. Tua would throw the ball because it's Waddle. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, we used to talk about in the beginning of the
Now, let me
season.
ask you a question. Is Fuller coming back? Or no? He's
No,
on
that was
IR
my
for,
point right there.
2 weeks?
Yeah. Fuller's out. DVP's questionable. Preston Williams, they're not utilizing him either. We traded Grant. I mean, the beginning of the season, me and John were watching these games, and we're like, all right, when Fuller comes back, we're going to have him on the outside with Waddle. And it's like, we're going to have Gesicki more open now. But it's like to the point where you got to keep Gesicki, I think, as a receiver on the outside now, or put him in the slant. I don't know, man, but if we're not going to use that game plan to have two guys deep and have Gesicki down the middle, I mean, it didn't work the past 3 games. I mean, you got to start utilizing this guy more if he is one of our weapons. I mean, the receivers are coming real thin on this team right now. You don't want to activate Kurt Merritt. You want to play Isaiah Ford, but you don't use Isaiah Ford. I mean, I don't know, man. It's like John said, if Flo did have a hand.
Wow.
If Flo does have a hand on the offense, and Flo does really want to have say in what goes on in the offense, that's 4 guys that are in the quarterback's ear, and that needs to stop.
Agreed. I agree with you 100%.
It's not even that it needs to. It's not even that it needs to stop. You need to pick a philosophy. If you're going to run RPO, you run RPO, but you can still run RPO while you run a progression-based offense with different reads. Okay, you don't have to just run RPO. Like you're running a high school offense in the NFL. That's not going to work. Okay, that's the problem. So that's the way I've seen it. But my question is, why is Kurt Merritt still in the practice squad? What is the problem? The player personnel decisions, a problem. They are a problem.
So
Illuminor,
this is perfect. Another
Merritt.
point.
We could fit there.
No, another point to this article of the 5 things that the Dolphins need to do to win against the Jags is this. One of the most maddening things about rewatching Miami's games has been seeing just how often Waddle is open and isn't being targeted. The rookie's quickness and route running precision makes him a huge threat right away. Whether it's Brissett or Tua, the quarterback needs to be targeting him more, and the plays need to be designed where he's an early read because just how soon after the snap he gets open. If the Dolphins use him correctly, Waddle could make a case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. That should start this week against a secondary that isn't too impressive. Facts. Straight facts.
I don't know, man. The Rookie of the Year is looking more and more. That Rookie of the Year is being thrown out there. Like, I want to say this week, because you've been hearing it a lot from all the first rounders that came out. And the more Najee starts to look like Najee, I'm getting more and more pissed off, man. I really am.
Man. Well, what would that do anyways? Because they're not using the running backs anyways. They're not running the ball.
Yeah, because they're scared that these guys are going to get hurt.
Even if we had Derrick Henry, they're not running the ball. What does it matter? They run the ball 12 times in the whole game? That's nuts.
I fear that because of what you said before, if they're not going to use Gaskins outside like a scat back, there's no way in hell he's running down the middle. You've seen it on the touchdowns that he's caught last week. And it's, you know what I mean? If you're going to do that type of philosophy, then you don't want to have a bell cow running down the middle. Then you're really going to have no choice but to, use Malcolm Brown. And I don't want to do that. So it's like,
No. Malcolm Brown,
I don't know
I
anymore,
feel like
man.
I feel like Malcolm Brown is better just as like a blocking back, like somebody there to be able to give Tua an extra block if needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had Dokes, and Dokes is not activated either, and Dokes was supposed to be doing that, picking up the
Now
blitz, but
let
they
me
don't
ask
want
you a
to use him
question.
either.
This is something that I haven't heard anybody really talking about. Gruden, the fact that Gruden is not with the Raiders anymore, should Miami go after Gruden for offensive coordinator?
I don't know about that, man. At this point, right now, he's going to be, probably missing in action for another year until somebody else decides to take that gamble. But the more that I start to hear Jim Harbaugh's name out there, and as much as they don't like Harbaugh, Michigan is winning right now, and you know he's been real quiet about that. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too, that him and Ross have a connection with that Michigan alumni, and that's a guy who I would see take over the offense if worse came to worse. I mean, John Gruden right now, like I said, whatever happened happened, but he's in too much hot water right now for this year, the year prior to come. It's just, if you're gonna take that type of gamble on that, then why not take a gamble on Watson if you're gonna do that? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
it's just there's too much controversy going on right now, and we don't need more of it.
Yeah, but do you think that I'm gonna ask you the same? I don't know if you heard me ask Cap this question. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about, but being that Gruden is out for the Raiders, do you think that it's a possibility for him to come to Miami as an offensive coordinator? Take yourself off mute, John.
You're on mute. The headphones, man. The headphones. They got him, bro. The Russians got him.
Bro, look, he don't even know what he's doing.
He's a
Hey,
lot.
John,
He's at a
can you
loss
hear
for
me?
words. That question got him at a loss for words.
You see that?
But yeah, man, I agree with John though. The philosophy that we don't have, the identity that we're not even remotely showing. I mean, it's like he says, it's starting to become an amoeba type of issue, and we have no choice but to start opening up our ears to some other type of option for that type of coaching position. Because if you're trusting, three guys, and these three guys aren't cutting it, and they're afraid to throw deep with these three guys, then why not do it with somebody that's proven? And it is what it is. This season's already like halfway there, and I don't think they would make that type of wholesale move, but somebody's going to be the fall guy if worse comes to worse. And damn well they ain't going to be players. And if they
No,
do become
definitely.
players, the coaches have to coach up the new players. So it's like, I don't know anymore, man. I can be
I
as positive can be, but a lot of things have to happen in order for this team to succeed, man.
I just think that Gruden is such a good film analysis. Like he really knows what he's talking about. He really knows what he's looking at. If you think about it, the Raiders are not a good team. They're just doing very good because of how Gruden uses them. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel
Yeah.
like if Gruden was to be able to come to the Dolphins, I think that he would give us another type of feel. Like um, I can't explain it. You know what I mean? Like I can't explain it. I feel like Gruden would give us an extra oomph to
Yeah,
add to
but
what we already have.
it's like I was saying, man, with the situation with Tua, with that controversy, everybody wants to accuse Watson of doing what he was doing. And, if you end up having a situation where a guy comes down here because he's making racist comments, it's like our options are with people that have controversy. And, I don't think Ross wants that at this point unless he really wants to win and not give a crap about what anybody else is thinking, which I'm on board with because, like I said, a lot of these things are accusations. But, with Gruden, it's like he kind of admitted it. So it's like kind of hard to hire somebody who's being, considered, racially impaired, if that's the way
I
to
mean,
put it. You know what I mean?
come on, bro. People gotta grow up. People gotta
Well,
grow
I
up.
mean, yeah, everybody grew up and didn't say anything when X was going through his 3 off-field issues, and we still paid him.
Right.
So that's, my mindset is if we're gonna win, we're gonna win with guys who know how to play. But we're in a new era right now where everybody's too like delicate and too fragile with anything that's being made with people that have issues. You know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
I,
Definitely.
I'm on board with winning, and I'm on board with getting with coaches that know how to win. But you got to understand, these coaches are old school, and they go by the old school ways, and they'll dog a player in a heartbeat. And these new players, they're not putting up with that talk back from coaches, and it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. And you got to have coaches that have the respect of this team. And right now, these coaches don't really have the respect of this team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree.
But yeah,
One thing
man,
that
we need to do something. I agree with you.
one thing that has me worried a little bit is I feel like Flores has lost the locker room. I know a lot of people are saying, well, no, he hasn't, or this and that, but I really feel like he's lost the locker room. I really feel like the players don't respect the decisions that he's been making thus far this year. I think that the players he's seen, the players seen him make decisions last year, as in do whatever it takes to win. But thus far this year, um, with the way that Set was playing, and he wasn't making the decisions to we need to win now decision. It was more of, well, Brissett is my guy. Let him go out there and do his thing. I don't care if we win or not. Was I feel like his mentality when it came to it, because when the media asked him, "Hey, did you ever think about maybe taking out Brissett and putting in Reed Sinet?" He said, "No, not at all." How would you be in a winning mindset and think that, oh, he sucks, he's not doing nothing for us, not nothing, and you're back in your mind thinking, well, maybe I can replace him with this other guy and see what's up. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel
Yeah,
like since that
because
point, he has started to kind of lose the locker room a little bit, or the respect of the players.
yeah, I mean, you see, he tried to lighten up. When was it yesterday when he did the press conference and had on the Clemson shirt because I guess he was, he lost a bet to Chris Wilkinson, and he was trying to show that camaraderie and being like, hey, the defense is still on my side. But
Right,
it's like you say,
right.
you got Josh Boyer, you got the offensive guys that are also his friends, and then you got Brissett, who's also somebody that he knows. And yeah, at the end of the day, you see the more and more of the New England connection at this point, and it's just like they're all his buddies. And as much as he wants
Exactly.
not to deny it, it's starting to look more and more like it when you don't even have, you know, any type of backup plan to these guys. You're just letting them roll because they're there. At this
Right.
point, they're all his friends, and they're all going to get play. They're all going to get their coaching check because he's looking out for them. And at this point,
Correct.
he has to ride the ship.
Correct. Correct. Nicole Monroe put here. She said, "We can make the playoffs. We can beat 9 sorry teams." Um, Nicole, now we can't necessarily just jump to conclusions and say, hey, they're sorry teams, because it's too early in the season for us to say, hey, this sucks, or whatever. Because if you think about it, those teams are looking at us like, hey, the Dolphins are an easy win. Because the way that we've been playing, we can't sit there and say, oh, yeah, that's going to be an easy win, because they're looking at us that way. So we can't sit here and say, like, oh, yeah, we can beat all these teams. However, us being Dolphin fans and us knowing what we have in our team, sure, yes. We believe that, yes, we can beat them. However, the team is not playing like it, which is what the problem is. What
Yeah.
do you think,
All
Cap?
these cupcake guys, man. Yeah, we got cupcake schedule like everybody says, but the NFL's the NFL, man. Like you can't really, dictate. And I hope she's right when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like it'd be nice to go on that run and beat these sorry teams, but a lot of these sorry teams are beating good teams. So the Jets maybe, the Atlanta Falcons are starting to pick up the pace, and Denver. We don't know about Denver, but I think we have Baltimore on there, Tennessee.
Yeah, we got
You know,
Baltimore
we got to play
Thursday
the
and the Bills
Patriots
again.
again. Yeah, Patriots and the Bills, and you know that's 4 teams right there that are pretty tough. And yeah, man, we can't take anybody for granted at this point. As cliche as it sounds, I mean, everybody is looking at us like the bottom feeders right now. You know what I mean? It's us and the Lions, to be honest with you. And the Lions, and to be more honest with you, the Lions have been in every game this season. They've lost at the end of the game, and they've been in it. So we can't really say that we've been in it in every game. You know, third quarter we've been in it, but when it comes to the fourth, we decide to pick up the pace, but it's too little, too late.
Yep, yep. Zen Ren, he said, Tua is the anthrax that has poisoned us. We were made to believe he was ready to play day one. Why doesn't he know the playbook? Why is he not ready for opponents' defenses? Why is he not studying? All right, so let me get to answering this. First off, Tua is not the anthrax that has poisoned us, okay? We took a QB that needs protection to be able to show his skill set. The fact that we didn't address the protection that he needed, why he's not being able to show off his skill set. Secondly, he didn't know the playbook last year, but this year he does. In fact, he's been teaching the other players. So the fact that people keep saying that he doesn't know the playbook is why is he not ready for opponents' defenses? I feel like he is, but he's being limited to what he's allowed to call. I feel like he sees defenses. He wants to move things around. He wants to audible or whatever because you see him pointing out and saying, hey, you, over there, protection here, protection there, this, that, whatever. But I feel like whoever's in his helmet telling him, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. I think it's what's holding him back from doing that. So it's not much of Tua being so bad. It's more of them not allowing him or them not giving him what he needs to be successful.
Yeah.
And then the last question on there, why is he not studying? If you pay attention to the games and they show Tua on the sideline, you see him with a paper and a pad writing down all these little. To me, that's studying. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not a Tua-neer. I'm not, hey, Tua's the best, Tua's this, but facts are facts. I talk what I see, and that's what I think. I expected Tua to be
as
ready
far
for
as
Buffalo.
as the anthrax, as
come
far
on.
as that anthrax comment, I mean, at this point, I think that everybody on this team has contributed a little bit to the virus that we got going on here. At this point, it's like you said, the line hasn't really contributed. They're a little bit sick as well. So we knew this going into the season, but we didn't address it.
Exactly.
But now that Tua's limited now more than ever, he's gonna have to know that playbook. And unfortunately, it's coming under the worst circumstances. But like I said, he's in the NFL right now. This isn't college anymore, man. So if they're trusting him to go out there with bruised or broken ribs, and he's willing to go out there, yeah, that's a plus for him. But like
he needs to show it.
Yeah, you need to show it, and you need to know that you do know that playbook, because if you're not going to be able to run, the dogs are going to come out if you don't produce, and that's just a simple fact, man.
You better believe it. And then he posted,
Yeah,
and then he said this last thing. I really expected Tua to be ready for Buffalo. That is unfair to say because what he played 9 snaps and got hammered because of the offensive line.
We should. Yeah, the line is the one that we should have expected to be on point. The line is what pretty much. The line is pretty much come to a suspect level, and like you said, if we trusted 5 guys to just gel together after a preseason, we were fooling ourselves. Even though we were drinking the Kool-Aid because it looked great off in the training camp when Tua was balling in training camp.
Oh, absolutely.
It was coming at the hands. It was coming at the hands with backup guys, and at this point right now, like I said, man, it's just either suit up or you got to nut up or just don't show up or just I don't know anymore, man. The kid's just in too deep. Like I said, he doesn't deserve the criticism, but at this point, it's starting to look like, he's got the fragile label on him and he needs to prove everybody wrong, on Sunday.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's what he's gonna do. Which now brings me which brings me to final thought. Uh, Let me hear your final thoughts on what you think Tua needs to do to capitalize the win for this Jacksonville's game.
No, well, it's pretty simple, man. If like I said, if he's gonna be limited, you got to take advantage of your targets that are there, man. There's no more excuses with Gasecki anymore. And Gaskins, if you're not gonna run him down the middle, I want to see what we saw last week with Gaskins also. You know what I mean? Make sure if we're gonna do that intermediate stuff, which I despise at this point, make it count, man. Because if you're afraid to throw the ball, this line needs to step up and show that, man, we can get it done with the dinking and dunking. And if you can't do that, man, I think we're going to be the ones at the bar in London, man, missing flights.
Yep. Well, Cap, thank you for jumping on, brother. I love talking
Man,
with
thank you, man.
I love it when you come onto the show, man. I think we always have good conversation. You're awesome.
Likewise,
bro.
man.
Much love to you,
Nah,
brother.
man, don't stop, man. Don't keep doing it. Don't stop. We're going through tough times right now, man. But this too shall pass.
Absolutely. Everything has a beginning and an end. And right now, this ain't our end. So,
No, man.
Cap, much love to you, brother. Thank you for jumping on, bro, and talking with me, rapping it with me for a little bit. Love you, brother. Stay up. And
Likewise,
also,
Chachi, man.
oh, yeah, and you never sent me that catalog, bro. You always told me, oh, yeah, look at the catalog or whatever. You never gave me no catalog.
Yeah, no, I gotta things changed. I gotta talk to you about that off air, but yeah, man. Like I said, man, you're doing what you're doing, man. Don't stop what you're doing. You're saving lives and you don't even know it, man. Just remember that.
All right, Cap. Dale, bro. Be easy, man. Have a good night, bro.
Love you, brother. Stay safe.
Love you. All right, so leads me to me. My final thoughts on what I think Tua should do, or what he needs to do to be able to capitalize the win over Jacksonville. I think that he needs to go out and he needs to prove to us why he's our QB1. Why is it that we decided to choose Tua over Herbert? Why is it that we decided to take Tua even though he was hurt or whatever? Tua was he is a pocket passer. He likes to sit there and he likes to dissect defenses. He likes to light them up. He likes to capitalize on what the mistakes the opposing defenses make. That's where Tua's strength comes in. Tua's strength is his accuracy, his time to be able to get rid of that ball at the right time and where it needs to be every time. That's what his strength is. And in order for him to do that, he needs to have the support for that. He has the receivers. Unfortunately, not all of them stay healthy, but he has the receivers. Now, what he needs is the offensive line to be able to give him the time to make those decisions and go through his progressions like he does. If you notice, you see how he does go through his progressions. However, him having half a second doesn't give him that amount of time. But, however, I think that the Dolphins will win against Jacksonville. And I think that Tua will come out and he's going to make a statement on why he's so good. But till next time, guys, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for showing love and support. Remember, please hit that like button. It helps me out more than what you guys think. But till next time, this is your boy Chachi with Miami Football Talk. Peace out.